Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of November, including late October 2023. So we are in the sign of Scorpio. The element is water, and you are in your fourth house of home. So everything, the spotlight will be on your home, your house, doing things around there, all sorts of interesting developments in that realm of your home and your family and your house, including the people. Oh, we get the devil. So a bit stuck. The devil is stuck. He is a big card, and he means business, and he comes in just to remind us, okay, you're sort of overdoing it in one area of your life. You could even be working too much. You could even be partying too much. It's anything that we're doing too much of that causes an imbalance. And he comes along to go, don't go to the dark side. But he's a good card because he does remind us to get back, sort of get back in our box a little bit and sort of balance things out. I guess that's how I see him. And because you're in the fourth house of home and family, maybe that you've been spending too much time. If I know in the Leos that I know, they work a lot and they're very, very fastidious with their work ethic. Won't be tired anyone that gets in the path of that lot. Okay, dear Leo. So you've got the devil there. Don't worry. The Aries lot got it as well, so it's just about the rebalance, rejigging. Where you are right now, Leo. We have Justice. So Justice is the card of karma. So what you reap, what you sow, basically, Leo. So things, once again, as we talked about rebalancing, here comes the big balancer here. So it's that karmic card. Well, if you have been working too hard and you're not feeling well and you miss home and you're just never there and you don't have time to do all your jobs and water your garden, and because you're always invested in that workplace or some other place that you know that it's just a bit too tipping point, too much, now is time, as the Justice card says, Athena, goddess of justice, she says time to address the balance. Big card, big energy. You have to sort of really take notice when you get these big ones, because that's the work you have to do in order to correct whatever's been going on. The influencing card is your card, the Sun. Another big card. So the Sun is it's a yes answer card. It's an illuminator, so it really illuminates what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. You can balance that nicely, 50-50, and the Sun will help to bring out whatever it is that you're sort of putting too much energy into and not enough. You're not sharing it around. Everything's sort of a bit lopsided, and the Sun will definitely bring that out, because when the Sun's around, there's nowhere to hide, because you just see everything as it is. So very interesting time, especially in Scorpio, because Scorpio can always be sort of, you can also describe it as like the deep ocean, and it's like you're going to the bottom of the ocean, and things that are sort of hidden down there come to the surface because they need to remind you to get back on track. So it's a great card. It's a good card for health as well. And health, stress drives illness, as we know. So this may be saying, okay, you Leo people, time to sort of rebalance and see what's important. The background, so what was going on for you September, October time? The Chariot, so travelling card, the travelling card, the emotional discipline card, where you're like, oh my God, have I got this? It's a chariot, it's a vehicle, it's moving, it's coming towards you, and you are driving it, so you need to be really disciplined in how you handle that vehicle, so to speak, in order to get to where you want to go. Another big card, you've got 3 now, Leo. So the Chariot, it just was there in the background, and it still carries weight at the moment to sort of get that emotional discipline happening and make sure that things are aligned the way you want them to. And especially in the fourth house of home, that's where we really operate from. That's our place, that's our space that we come home to. So it's saying emotional discipline once again. So you can see, Leo, what's coming through here. All big cards so far, but all with really good lessons just to remind us to keep, try and keep that balance. And look, we can go outside the bounds of it too. We're just human beings living on here. Recent influences, we've got Three of Pentacles, which is the teacher-student card. It is the working well with other card. It's the mentorship card. Now, maybe you're being the mentor and someone's your student, or the other way around. You know spiritually who that is and what that is to you. But it's a really good card, good solid foundations. It's an earth card, so it keeps you grounded and it reminds you of what you do best, and it sort of reflects often, I feel, spiritually on your relationships and how you do work with others and how you can sort of better that or whatever, because that's all we ever want to do. We just want to keep getting better at things, don't we? So that's a beautiful card for you. And the Leos, I know definitely, they are very keen about, that kind of work environment and the people they work with and keeping everything sort of flowing and learning and just enjoying what they're doing, but learning things along the way as well, spiritually and sort of material wise and mentally, everything. Let's see your lesson. And we have the Fool. So brand new journeys coming up, brand new adventures coming up. A corner has been turned actually with the Fool, I feel. Another major card. So he comes along to sort of encourage you to do new things, embark on new adventures, new projects, even if it's just the mere thinking of it and thinking, okay, what's next year holding for me? What do I want to do? And just really breaking out and getting done with things that you want to start formulating a new journey for yourself. It's there, so grab it. It's a great card. It's really great, and it sort of augurs well for your future if you can go, yes, that's what I want to get into for next year, but now I can relax a bit, but I can still be formulating this new adventure. Another major card, near future. Knight of Cups. So here he is, and this is the younger man, the young man energy. This is very much the man, the young man, in love with the idea of love, loving that, being in love, all this kind of thing. But yeah, he's in your environment, and it's the energy of this that's coming in for you. So he may be your son, he may be your new person you've met, but you just have to remember with him, he has to do this journey of the love, it's being in love with love, really. So as we all know, when you sort of live here on this planet a bit longer, you sort of get jaded, but then you can understand how important it is to sort of go through that passage with the Knight of Cups, and especially if it's someone in this, obviously the fourth house, this is somebody that is close to you that really needs to, or that energy needs to be dealt with this month, because it can be tipping over to be, am I in love with the idea of love, or am I in love with the person? Which is it? But for the younger, more immature people, and I mean that in a positive way, those young people, that can be, but we have to, the elders have to stand back and just let them do the passage. Okay, let's see what's happening you're not realising. And we have the Page of Swords. Oh, little spy card. This is the sort of energy that's sort of all over the place. It's even more immature than the Knights. The Page is like a child. It's very like a seed. But this can I often see this as someone's looking at you online, or someone's sort of got an interest in you. They're just maybe a little bit obsessed upon you, watching what she's doing, what she's posting, what's he doing, that kind of thing. And we do live in this era now where everybody can spy on everybody else and see what's going on and get a bit sort of caught up in the lives of others, which really it's sort of a very airy-fairy card anyway, so it doesn't really land anywhere. It's not grounded, it's just all over the place. So be careful of that this month. Leo, because it can be a bit like a plastic bag on a windy day. It's going all over the shop, and that can just be like a reflection of the mental energy that you may sort of have about what's going on in the home, you know, and just sort of cool it a bit, I guess. Especially we're talking, I think we're going into the Knight of Cups realm here, and so you just need to, whatever's going on in the love life of you guys, just be careful. There's a bit of, yeah, spying going on that you're not realising. Because you think, oh, no, they're not. And no, every single time that one comes up, people will say, oh, yes, I thought that was going on. I rest my case. Let's see how others see you. The Star. The beautiful Star. Another big card. Oh, my God, Leo. So this is Divine Time card. It's letting you know you're in the right place. People look at you and go, oh, I wish I was her, I wish I was him. It always seems to have it together and doing this and doing that and moving forward and achieving and this and that. So that's how they see you, Leo. So if you're in a bit of a slump for any reason at the moment, don't be. Just have a look, step back and look at how you're seen. Okay? Beautiful card. Person, it's an Aquarian card, so it's a person that really goes right out there to achieve. They're very sort of far-thinking beings, those Aquarians, and they like to sort of really put themselves out there. So that's all related to the Star, and they constantly are moving towards and moving forward. So there you go, beautiful card. Positive feelings, let's see what you're positive about. Queen of Wands, so this is this Sagittarian, Leo, or what's the other one? Aries energy. Now she's fiery and feisty, and sometimes it's your suit to Leo, I must say. And so sometimes people say, oh, look at this firebrand of a woman. She gets in there, says what she thinks, you know, to the detriment of she doesn't care who. She just gets in there and says, right, get out, this is not good enough. But she's very creative, she's very forward moving, very forward thinking and all that. And to other people she can be a bit of a bit exasperating, but because she says it how it is. So that is indeed you, and you are identifying with her, so that's fantastic. Say no more about the Queen of Wands. You are the Queen of Wands. Okay, let's see final outcome. And Ten of Cups, so we get happiness restored. Now make sure it's not a facade as well, Leo, because you know I often read this Ten of Cups. It's like that marriage card, and it can appear to others like, oh, everything's fine in their house, their marriage, their life, their love and everything. But then behind the scenes there's stuff going on that goes on for everybody. But this is a really good achievement, emotional achievement card. It's about your friendships, your home, your family, and a nice card to end on for this 4 weeks for you. So, you know, taking it all in, I feel on the whole, this is a really good reading for you. Except for that little spy. So I think we're going to put the Oracle Clarifier on the little spy card for this time, because I know a lot of you will be thinking, oh, no one's spying on me, but you don't know that. These days, everyone looks at everything. Curious Georges all around in the place. Right, I'm not going to do that. Right. See what we get. See what we get. And we have Death. 46. Now don't freak out. It's just Scorpio death. Transformation. 46, sorry. Sorry, I hate wasting time. This marker portends a time of transformation, a total change of attitude, the death of the old. Regardless of how death presents itself, it is a necessary aspect of all things. Always remember the phoenix that rises out of its own ashes to soar in the wind, renewed and filled with life. Death is the winter of things, part of the cycle of life. When you receive this marker, you are reminded that all things have their season. Take courage, for in surrendering to death, in time you will be blessed with extraordinary new life. Rejoice, for that which dies fertilizes and fortifies the new. Endings always point to new beginnings. Thank you very much for listening, dear Leos.